everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a really fun, I guess there's two projects to share with you using the Simple Vintage Farmhouse Garden collection. So I pulled out a few products here. I just kind of wanted to give you an overview of what this collection is like. It's got a lot of, let's see, a farm garden theme mixed in with a lot of like family oriented sentiments. So there's tons and tons of products that come with this collection. There's the die cuts, the simple page pieces, or the simple pages page pieces. And these are awesome. They are larger and a lot of fun to play with. Layered stickers, chipboard frames, and then the 6x6 paper pad, which we'll be using that quite a bit today. Here are the washi tapes for this collection. This plaid is gorgeous. And then we have the chipboard, and then probably my personal favorite is the foam stickers. And we'll be using those quite a bit today as well. And then here is the collection kit. I hope that you're able to see how pretty these papers are. And while this is kind of more of a rustic vintage collection, what I wanted to do with it today is create a clean and simple project, and then a project that is more has more of the vintage artsy vibe, I guess. So we'll get started with the more simple, clean project. And I've done a couple of things to get started. So I used the background for this layout is a Color Vibes white aspen, and it's got this gorgeous wood grain on the back, but I wanted something really simple and clean. And so I went with this side, just the lined paper. And then I went through the 6x6 paper pad, and I cut a whole bunch of 2-inch squares. And then I just placed them around the border of the page, and then I stitched around each square with my sewing machine. So one thing that I wanted to note on how I laid out this border, I tried to cut 3 of each square, and then I placed them in a visual triangle across the page. So we've got this polka dot here, and then I used it 2 more times across from each other. The couple of exceptions are this chicken wire, and I used 3 chicken wire. They're just different colors. And then this one I kept and used it even though it has no matching whatsoever. And I kept that because this page is about my family and how it has changed over the years. And this windmill reminded me of my grandparents. So when I was growing up, they had a windmill in their yard. So I made sure to include that piece, and it's going to go right next to our big group family photo. So I have 2 photos today that I wanted to use. One is a 4x6 landscape, and the other is a 3x4 portrait. This is my whole extended family, all of my siblings and nieces and nephews, and then this is my little family. So to get started, I'm just going to adhere this photo to the mat here, and this paper came from the solids that coordinate with the Simple Vintage collection. So I'm just going to place that right in the center. I did stitch around the edge of this one. I didn't with this one. I wanted to keep it a little more clean, So I'm going to place my photos something like this. I don't want 2 white borders right there. It kind of creates that awkward gap. So I'm just sliding them together so that there is just one white border, if that makes sense. So they will go something like this. So I have my journaling written. I just used a cut apart card from the collection kit and wrote my journaling with black pen and then stamped the date along the top. Because I have 2 larger photos on this page, I am going to put the journaling in a hidden pocket behind my photo. So I'm just going to create that pocket real quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my journaling card about where I want it. And then I will take this double-sided tape. This is from Thermoweb, one of my favorite adhesives. And I'm not too worried about the card sliding back and forth. I just don't want it to slide down the photo and get lost. So I'm going to put just a couple pieces on either side, and that's how I'm going to create the pocket. So we'll just remove the backing, and then I've got another piece of tape right here, and all that is for is just to hold the strings in place. I want a clean look on this one, and so I made it a point not to leave the threads hanging out. So we'll adhere this photo next. I'm just going to put a little bit of double-sided tape right in the middle of that one. And I'm doing that so I have the option to tuck things around the photo. I want the these photos a little bit offset. So we'll go something like that. And then we'll tuck my journaling card right back there. And then when it comes time to put this layout in a page protector, what I will do is I'll make a slit just with my craft knife from about here to here on the page protector. And then I'll pull this out so that the reader knows that there is something behind that photo. So to make this stand out just a little bit, I'm going to take this die cut, and I believe this came from the Simple Vintage card kit. I'm just going to tuck that right here behind the photo, and I love this big die cut. It's a great layering piece. And that's why I cut it in half, so I still have that other portion to use on another project. So the title for this one is just Together, and this is from the foam stickers. And I'm going to put that here along the bottom of the photo. And now that I have my title, photos, and journaling in place, now I get to add a few embellishments. So I didn't stick this down. I should have put this layering piece underneath, but I honestly forgot. So we'll just carefully pull it up. But this is another die cut from the card kit. I love that there are so many bits and pieces in each one of these different kits, and even if you don't use them for their intended purpose, like on a card, they are really fun to play with. So we'll put that right there. And now I just have some embellishments to finish this project off. So I have this chipboard piece. This is another piece that comes from the card kit. And this says family is everything. I'm going to put this right here at the bottom of the photo. And then I'm doing something a little different that I haven't done before. I have two pieces that are almost exactly the same. The only difference is this is a chipboard piece and this is just a die cut. So this came from the card kit, and the chipboard in the card kit is really fun because it is not super thick. It's a little bit thinner than the other chipboard pieces. So it's kind of fun to play with a little bit different, like a thinner chipboard. And then with this other die cut, I'm going to put it down here in the corner to kind of balance things out. I'm going to tuck that, actually we'll just go under the photo there so that I have that pop of green. I don't necessarily need two pieces that say Home Sweet Home, and so we'll tuck that under this side of the photo. And then to bring a little bit of yellow, I've got a pop of yellow down here. I need to bring a pop of yellow up here, so I'm just going to add these photo corners. These come on the sticker sheet that's in the collection kit, and there are several different colors. I think there's 3 or 4 different colors. So this is a great way to add just a little bit of color. And then right over here, I'm going to bring a pop of yellow as well. So I have this little ticket that says Farm Fresh, which I'm not really worried about the text showing necessarily. I just want that pop of yellow in 3 places across the layout. So just a couple little bits left. Here's a die cut that says Better Together. I'm going to put that right here by the green, by the leaves. And then I'm also going to add this butterfly chipboard piece. This is another one from the card kit. I want this one to have a little bit of lift to it. Like I usually do with butterflies, I like them to kind of look like they're flying off the page, I guess, for a better, lack of a better explanation. This die cut says Choose Happy. And I want to put that right over here to give that a little bit of pop, a little pop of black to balance things out. And then the last little bits that I have are these little foam hearts, and they came from the foam sticker sheet. And I just have a few, just a couple to add here and there. And then the last one, I think we'll put this one right there. Okay, so here we have a clean and simple layout using the Farmhouse Garden collection. And next we'll move on to more of a vintage distressed kind of look. Okay, so for this look I have, once again, a 4x6 photo and a 3x4 photo. And then I have 3 pattern papers that I'm using. I believe all of these, nope, this one and this one are from the collection kit, and this is from the solids paper pack. So as you can see, I have trimmed these down. This one is a 10-inch square, and this one is slightly larger. I think it did 10 1/4 or 10 1/2. So that I have just a little green border along the edge. One thing that I did to kind of distress this look and make it a little more vintage was distress the edges of the paper with just a simple page distress tool. You can also do that with your scissors very easily. So I'm going to trim these threads down, but instead of making sure that everything is tucked behind the layers, I'm going to just let those go. And I will tell you, my style is not very vintage. It's more clean and simple. So this one was a little bit, I don't want to say difficult, it just required a little bit more thought. But I am so excited to be using this black and white plaid background. So we'll just adhere these layers together. And again, I'll trim these threads, but not worry about tucking them behind the layers. And actually I'm going to trim them a little bit different so they're not all the same length. And I'm actually rotating that so I have some of that thread up here and some of that thread down here, just to balance things out a little bit. Okay, so with my background ready to go, I'm going to place my photos. I'm not going to adhere them quite yet because I want to make sure that I have the placement of everything down like I want it. So I have this tag. It came from the card kit. I'll just tie a bow there at the top. And that's going to kind of tuck right behind here. It's not going to have journaling or anything on it, but it's just going to create another layer. I want my title to be up here at the top. So this 6 by, I guess 1.5 inch piece is going to act as a layer behind my title. And I want to kind of place everything so that I know that I have the placement just right, and then I will start sticking things down. So the title on this project is going to be Homegrown. These are the just black Color Vibes stickers. And once again, I have my journaling just handwritten in a black pen. I've done a lot more journaling with my handwriting lately. But I think it's especially fitting on this layout to have handwritten journaling versus like clean white journaling strips that I usually use. Okay, so with everything kind of where I want it, I'm going to start adhering things. This is a kind of a fun tip. When I have photos that I print, this one I ordered from Persnickety Prints. When I get those photos back, I go through my phone and just find all the dates for the photos and put them on the back on a post-it note. Sometimes I write like a little bit about what had happened or the event. But it's nice to have the date just right there where I can reference it when I'm ready to make a layout. So I put just a little bit of adhesive in the center of the photo, and I'll do the same on this one. And I'm doing that so that I can tuck things behind the photos if I need to, and I know I will need to on this project because already I have this tag that is going to be a layer behind my title. Okay, and the next piece I want to make sure that I have the right placement for is my journaling. And this is just one of the cut-aparts that you'll find in the collection kit. And I just cut that out with a pair of scissors and then distressed the edges. So next I'm going to place this strip for the title. I'm going to tuck it under the photo, and then I want a banner shaped edge on this one. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors holding that title in place and just cut up the middle and then notch out either side. And then we'll put that in place right there above above my 3x4 photo. And actually I need to adhere the tag first. So just a little bit of adhesive on that tag. And then I want to make sure that it's right up against that journaling card. I don't want to leave an awkward gap there. So I'll tuck that there behind the photo and put that up against my 3x4 photo, and then I'm going to stick these letter stickers in place. Now that I have the grown portion of my title in place, I am going to add this sticker that says home, and this comes from the foam stickers. I kind of want that overlapping grown just a little bit. And I love that moving that sticker just reminded me of the quality of Persnickety's prints is awesome. I did not have to worry about pulling that sticker up and having the photo get messed up. Okay, so now that I have my photos and my title and my journaling in place, it's time to add embellishments. So I'm going to take this black circle that came from the card kit and tuck that underneath here at the bottom, and that is just going to act as a kind of a home for my embellishments. So we'll put that right there. And then I have this is a cut apart piece. There are some gorgeous vintage seed packet patterned papers, and I cut one of those out and then I distressed the edges, and I'm not going to use it. You won't see really that it's a seed packet per se, but I just wanted that torn edge and another pop of green. So that's why I put the adhesive just in the middle on my photos, so I had the option to tuck things behind there. And then I have a few stickers to put in place, since this layout is about our garden that we had last year. We put in raised garden beds, and that was the first year that we had had our garden, and we had really good success. So I'm going to take that butterfly up from there. I don't want these two layered stickers right next to each other. I'm going to use this just plain sticker with a pop dot so that I have a pop of blue down here as well. And then I have this fun sticker. It's just of peas, and we'll put that right there. And I have this pop of green, this ticket that says grow. I'm going to put that right there, kind of off to one side. And then I wanted a pop of red up here as well. So I found this, it's just a little tiny sticker. So I'll put just a little bit of liquid adhesive on that chipboard piece and just layer it right here on top of that foam sticker. And then to finish, actually, we need to move that a little bit so that you can see the E there. And then to finish this off, I am going to add a couple of things, one of which is super out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to try it. But I want to add just a little pop of this washi tape right here under, just here at the bottom of the photo to balance out this ticket that I've got on this side. Okay, so with that, a bit of washi tape. I'm pretty much finished, but I have some black thread here, and I'm going to channel my inner Missy Whidden. If you don't follow Missy, she is amazing, and she does the most gorgeous mixed media projects, but she often has these little bundles of thread that she uses just to kind of add some texture and a pop of color to her embellishment clusters. So I'm going to take 3 of those, just little bundles of thread, and I put one right up here, and then the second bundle is going to go right here underneath this embellishment cluster. So I'm going to pull that sticker up just a little bit, put that thread underneath, and I am going to add a little bit of liquid glue just to make sure that everything stays in place. And then this last little bit I just wanted to tuck in over here by my journaling. And again, I'm going to use just a little bit of liquid glue to make sure that my thread stays in place. All right, and with that, I'm going to call this one finished. So I have 2 projects that have a very different look to each one of those. This one is more of a vintage, distressed vibe. It's got the thread, the distressed edges, torn paper. And then we have this one that is more of a clean and simple, more of a classic look. So if you haven't done so, make sure you check out the Farmhouse Garden collection by Simple Stories. Whether you have a really clean and classic style or more of a vintage distressed style, I think this collection will work for you. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't done so already, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload a video every Sunday and then usually 1 or 2 videos throughout the week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell notification as well. That will notify you when I have a new video go live. Make sure you check out the Simple Stories Farmhouse Garden collection, and I will see you again next time.